Good evening. It is May 30th, 2023. The time is 6:01. This is a joint meeting of the Finance Committee and Capital Committee. We will be reviewing the final budget for the delayed town meeting next Monday, and going over capital articles as well. So with that, I'll turn it over to Dave Walsh, and we'll start with capital.
All right, thank you. So we have two things before us tonight in capital. There is a request that somehow got swayed out of different pathways from the Board of Health for the Bridge Street landfill to fence it and fix the piping, et cetera, things like that that's out there. It was first originally presented in their operating budget. It was capital. And finally, what we've decided to do, as we've worked very hard to balance the budget, is the Finance Committee still has money in their reserve fund from this year. And we're going to fund it out of the reserve, well, our desire is to fund it out of the reserve fund, the $150,000. They did talk about it at our budget meeting a little bit. They presented it at the joint capital FinCom what was it, 2 weeks ago or so, I think we had. Mailed us out things to review, and it's something we have to do. We've been cited for it. What is that fence out there, like 30 years old? Yeah, so it's a stockade fence, like over 30 years. Well, it was there when I moved here 32 years ago, so they usually don't last that long, so I guess we're lucky. But I would ask if there's any questions from the capital members to, speak up, and then I'll take a motion to approve the article or not approve it. Any questions on the work or the project? No?
Recommend with the funding source being the
FinCom reserve.
FinCom reserve.
Second? Second. All those in favor? Aye. And then the issue before us is that we have all the capital requests for the warrant. We've already voted on all of the warrants. What we approved, the list is the same, except now we've identified exactly where the source is coming from. This was mailed out to you earlier today. I'm sorry I didn't get it out earlier, but it falls right in line with what we had talked about using some of the capital stabilization fund, EBCAM funding. The school lunch fund's going to do their truck, and we're going to borrow a little bit. And there is another one on here in this warrant that probably shouldn't be on this warrant, is the $15,000 police facilities repurposing, because it doesn't meet the capital need. Should they just put that in their operating budget?
She's repurposing an old
Oh, so it has to
article.
be an article.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, sorry. So it has to be in there because it's repurposing. See, two good minds. We get it done
Every once in a
someday,
while.
all right?
Yeah.
So, is everybody comfortable with what we voted on in the past? I mean, there were no changes.
Sarah.
Yeah. That was Sarah, my daughter, by the way. Any questions? Anything we want to review? So just to go over it, we have the security enhancement with the police, $15,000. That's the repurpose. The flat roof and replacement at the library, an HVAC upgrade. That's borrowing. The road repairs that we've done every year from capital stabilization, $557. Master control rebuild at EBCAM, which is coming out of the EBCAM retained earnings, $28,990. It wasn't me that time, okay. Fire station renovation project, that's $50,000 coming out of free cash. Supervisor's truck replacement, $65,000 free cash. Light dump truck replacement, 75's coming out of free cash. And just a note on that, we were gonna pull that, but we just got word last week that they're opening up the supply lines for municipal trucks now, and we're gonna be able to order it in July. We thought it might even be 18 months out, but we're gonna be able to order it. Police station locker room renovations, $65,600. Flooring replacement at the library, $26,500. Interior foundation waterproofing at the library is $40,000. Security cameras at the Mitchell School, $47,992. Technology switches, modules, and devices, $69,670. And the box truck replacement of $73,000 is coming out of the lunch fund from the school. They're gonna pick up the whole tab on that one. And I think that's all that we discussed. Well, I only know that's all we discussed and voted on, so, just to make a formal vote, because these will be voted on June 5th. Money articles were removed on for the May 8th meeting, so just to affirm, now we've identified the sources, I will entertain a motion.
I think the autonomous mower should be included.
You couldn't let that one go, huh?
No, I mean, I'm trying to help my man over there,
Oh, God.
Move to recommend approval of the expenditures as outlined by the chair, from the sources indicated. Total $1,927,872.
Yep. Second, all in favor? Aye. Thank you. You guys can stay for the rest of the exciting budget meeting if you want. Guess not, huh?
Probably not. I've done that.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
So we'll start the finance portion. We have 4 things that we want to go through. First off, the budget, and talking through the reductions that were made to bring it into a balanced state. Second, we will also vote on the capital articles to say if the finance committee recommends them or not. We have the reserve transfer that the capital committee just voted on, so we'll be voting on that tonight. And then we'll go through the warrant and any article that is tied to finance. We'll vote on whether or not the capital or the finance committee recommends it or not. Okay. So in front of you, you should have a copy of the budget and then a copy of the town warrant. If everyone has that, okay. So I'll go through, so we had several meetings over this. There was a deficit that needed to be reduced. So I'll start by saying that the amount of the reductions are less than overall, or less than $200,000. And I state that because the finance committee reserve fund for next year will be $200,000. So any department that has a reduction has a way to come back to the town and say, I really need to do this. And we will have a way to try and get that done for them. So with that said, the first item that we reduced was the finance committee reserve. That was decreased by $50,000, so 250 to 200. Professional service financial, that was a line item in the treasurer collector's office. That was decreased by $5,000. Police office, it's the police department office supplies line item, was decreased by $5,000. Police cruisers were decreased by $20,000. And the reason that, so the police department had a sale of a cruiser, and $20,000 sitting in a revolving account. They need to spend that money. It can't just sit in that revolving account, so we're gonna reduce by 20. They can use their revolving account. They can still get their cruiser, but it helps with the operating budget. Maintenance of building and grounds through the DPW decreased $10,000. School maintenance of building and grounds decreased $25,000. Care of public grounds decreased $10,000. DPW MS4 investigations decreased by $10,000. Board of Health MS4 investigations decreased by $10,000, and Recreation Commission decreased by $15,000. So Melanie and I spent a lot of time with Charlie going through and looking if a department didn't spend historically what they'd been budgeting. Those were the ones that we first went to. Again, I mean, I think we tried, you can't touch salaries or, human capital. Many of the departments didn't have any wiggle room to begin with, so this was tough. But we knew this is where we were gonna be. So if you look at the department budget, that's in front of you, you see the years fiscal year '23 and fiscal year '24, what the request was. The column to the right of that is the difference, so we can see, you know, some departments on their own had decreases. You know, fire department was nearly $50,000 lower than the previous year. Treasurer collector's office was about 10,000, and then other ones had increases. So, but if you go down, you'll see the total budget, $60,648,245. That's an increase of $2,868,575 over last year. There are assessments that are applied to reduce the total amount of the operating budget. So the total is $59,819,630. Below that are our revenue sources. So you can see we have taxation, state aid, local receipts, free cash, the ambulance fund, overlay, EBCAM, so on and so forth. So our total revenue is $59,819,630. So we are in balance, but with those line item reductions. So, any questions, thoughts, concerns?
I see that the regional vocational school went up, a good amount. Has the student ratio gone up?
The number of kids going there from us has gone up, yes. It's purely whatever percentage of the students come from East Bridgewater, that's the percentage of the assessment we pay.
Yeah, I have heard of a number of students who have decided to go there. They have a great offering of programs.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
I have a question about the free cash. So there's a 33% reduction to free cash for next year.
Yes.
So I don't have a baseline. So it was the 1.3 that we had this year high, or is that normal from past years?
That's probably on average, I would think, right, Charlie?
I would say so, yeah. What we're trying to do is do this glide path, because we really want not to be in the business of using free cash for the operating budget. And we did so to a large extent the year we're in right now. And then talking with you all, talking with the selectmen, we had said, we gotta get away from this. And said, okay, we can't do it all at once, it's too big a gulp. But we can do it in segments and say, okay, we'll reduce the amount that we used from free cash from fiscal '23 to fiscal '24 by a third. Then we'll be down another third in fiscal '25, and our hope is fiscal '26, we're out of that business.
That's the goal.
I gotta tell you, I was leery last year about using all that free cash. That's why I kept saying, I hope we're gonna stick to the plan,
We did.
and we have to. So I've gotta say that the challenges we've been faced with this year, I've seen everybody work together as a wonderful team to come up with the balanced budget that's before us. We'll have to keep a strict eye on it, watch where the spending is, watch where the non-spending is, and, move on from here. And between Charlie's great wisdom and 3 years from now, and after we get done with the pension payback, we'll be rolling, and we might even be able to get paid then,
We might, yeah.
right?
People are lining up at the door to join the committee. Okay, so with that, any questions over here?
No, I will just say, good job by all, with the reductions. I know it was hard, so,
It's not easy.
no.
And it's the first time, I think, since I've been on the committee that we've had to reduce any budgets. So, it's unfortunate, but,
It's real these days. I
It
mean,
is.
I live it. Like, I know I'm heading into we're in budget mode right now, and it's not gonna be, last year was not fun, and I'm not looking forward to it this year either.
yeah, no, I agree.
But, yeah.
So,
Budgets are always fun.
Yeah. They're fun when you initially ask for stuff.
yeah,
When you gotta balance it out, not so much.
no, I agree.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I'll reread these line items and ask someone to make a motion to approve the reductions. And then we'll obviously get a second, we could have further discussion. And so I will entertain a motion to reduce the Finance Committee Reserve Fund by $50,000.
Make a motion.
I'm gonna read all of them.
Oh,
and
that
then-
one,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not doing this
No, that,
one,
yep,
okay.
yep. And then reduce treasurer collector professional services by 5,000. Reduce police department office supplies by 5,000. Reduce police cruisers by 20,000. Reduce maintenance of buildings and grounds by 10,000. Reduce school maintenance of buildings and grounds by 25,000. Reduce care of public grounds by 10,000. Reduce DPW MS4 investigation by 10,000. Reduce Board of Health MS4 investigation by 10,000, and reduce the Recreation Commission by 15,000.
I'll make a motion to accept that, those reductions as read and posted here.
I second the motion.
Okay, motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we have that, I guess we'll do one more. We'll do one more motion. I'll request a motion that the Finance Committee recommend and approve the fiscal year 2024 budget of $59,819,630.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Karen,
I'll second that motion.
second by George. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Okay. Okay, let me. So we'll quickly move to capital. As you heard Dave talk about earlier, he went through the funding source for each capital request. I can go over those again, just so we have it in our minutes. And then we'll vote to recommend the capital request to the town. Well, they're individually listed in the articles, I think.
They are gonna roll, they're gonna be rolled together.
Charlie, are the capital articles gonna be rolled into one? or-
Yes.
Okay, so we'll vote as one then. Okay, so we have the security enhancement to the police department for $15,000 from a repurposed, unused old article. So that's the funding source. The flat roof replacement and HVAC upgrade at the library, $814,120. That will be bonded and borrowed. 2022 proposed road repairs, DPW, $557,000. That will come from the Capital Stabilization Fund. Master Control Rebuild, EBCAM, $28,990. That comes from EBCAM retained earnings. Fire Station Renovation Project, Fire Department, $50,000 from free cash. Supervisor Truck Replacement, DPW, $65,000 free cash. Light Dump Truck Replacement with Multi-Purpose Body, DPW, $75,000 from free cash. Police Station Locker Room Renovations, DPW Facilities and Police, $65,600 from free cash. Flooring Replacement at the Library, $26,500 free cash. Interior Foundation Waterproofing Ceiling at the Library, $40,000 free cash. Outdoor Security Camera Replacement, Mitchell School Department, $47,992 free cash. Technology Switches, Modules, UPS Devices, School Department, $69,670 free cash. Box Truck Replacement, School Department, $73,000 from the School Lunch Revolving Fund. Total capital expenditures, $1,927,872. We'll entertain a motion to recommend as presented.
I'll make a recommendation to approve the capital article as read.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. So capital articles are done, budget is done. We have a reserve transfer. So As Dave stated earlier, and in our last joint meeting, the Board of Health was here to discuss the replacement of the fence at the Bridge Street landfill. So as opposed to having it come out of, or be bonded or whatever it would have to be, we have money in the the Finance Committee Reserve Fund. There's only a month left, so hopefully we don't have other requests coming because this eats up a bunch of it, but the request is made for the following transfer of reserve funds in accordance with Chapter 40, Section 6 of Mass General Law, $150,000. It will be used to schedule repairs to fencing, gas vents, and associated piping at the Bridge Street landfill. This needs to be done. It's an extraordinary unforeseen expense. Failure to replace has potential fine and damages assessed by DEP. Their next inspection is in May of 2024. So I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to utilize the reserve fund to fund this Bridge Street landfill article.
Okay.
Second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by George. Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Okay, we'll get this signed.
How much money would you have left after that?
50,000, so, right?
No, because we find, yeah, probably about 50,000.
Okay.
Go this way and then I'll push it back.
See, in case we can't pay our electric.
Okay. Okay, we'll get that signed and then we'll go through the warrant. So we'll start on page 10, which is the special town meeting warrant. Okay, so Article 1, to see if the town will raise and appropriate or transfer from available funds the sum or sums of money from the account shown there, free cash, required to meet obligations for union and personal contracts, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto. This is requested by the Board of Selectmen. This is to pay union, non-union personnel contracts and retirement obligations. Are there any questions? This is coming out of free cash. So what we'll do on this one, so it's easier for Karen, whoever, the same person should make the motion in the same second. That way she's not having to remember who did everything. So just,
I'll make a motion to approve Article 1.
okay?
I'll second the motion.
Okay, so
Okay.
motion to recommend Article 1 in the town warrant, or in the warrant by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. Article 2, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from free cash to the sick leave buyback in the amount of $28,111.20.
Make a motion.
Okay,
Second.
motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. All right, hold on. Okay, the next one is Article 7 on page 12. To see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from free cash to dispatch cover the amount of $10,000 for unforeseen overtime expenses. This was due to a resignation and possible FMLA for civilian dispatchers.
Make a motion to approve.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, Article 9. To see if the town will vote to transfer from free cash to professional services medical the amount of $5,000 for future costs related to an injury. This is from the Board of Selectmen. This is to cover town deductibles when there are medical services for an injury to employees in the police and fire departments. Our account was inadvertently closed out last year.
I'll make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, now we're going to the formal town meeting, page 16. Okay, Article 2. To see if the town will vote under provisions of General Laws of Massachusetts, Chapter 41, Section 108, or any amendment thereto to fix the salaries of all elected officials for fiscal year 2024, and raise and appropriate any sum or sums thereof, and further raise and appropriate any sum or sums of money for maintenance of the several departments of the town, and for other necessary charges in accordance with the amount recommended by Finance Committee as shown in the final column of the omnibus budget as set forth. So this is just, if we recommend this article, we're recommending that, yes, the budget that we voted
just
on
voted
tonight.
on.
Yes.
Make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay. Article 3, to see if the town will raise and appropriate or transfer from available funds the sum or sum of money required to meet obligations for union and personal contracts or take any action thereon or in relation thereto. Provides money to pay union, non-union, personal contracts, and retirement obligations.
Make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Article 4, to see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate, transfer from available funds, or otherwise provide the sums recommended, or any other sum or sums, for capital outlay for the town departments as set forth in the following schedule, and determine whether such sums will be provided by taxation, or by transfer, or by a combination thereof. It appropriates money for a number of capital budget projects, which we just voted on.
Make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, Article 8. The only thing that's not in here, we can vote on it in theory, but the account numbers are just missing from the warrant. But so this is the migration and implementation of the new online permit and licensing provider.
Which you can pass over, I believe.
We are going to
It's for
pass over.
It's for 60,000?
Yes.
Yeah, the selectmen approved an ARPA
Oh, that's right.
appropriation.
That's right, okay, that's right. Okay, so we'll pass that over. Okay. Article 9, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from free cash to professional services the sum of $5,000 for matching funds for a grant to produce an open space and recreation plan.
Make a motion to accept.
I second that motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Article 10, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from free cash to professional services the sum of $5,000 for matching funds for a grant for planned expansion of the Central Sewer District.
Make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll skip to Article 12, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from account of free cash to professional services the sum of $50,000 for a matching fund for a grant for demolition of the Precise Engineering Building.
Make a motion to accept.
Second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion?
Do we own that land now?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the only way we could in fact.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Okay. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
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 Article 13 was done. Article 14 was done. Article 16, to see if the town will vote to appropriate and transfer from free cash to employee retirement the sum of $58,023 to fund the contractual sick leave buyback for a retiring firefighter. So, unexpected expense for sick leave buyback for an employee that will retire in the next fiscal year.
Make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion?
Excuse me.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
One abstention. 4 ayes, 1 abstention. I believe the rest of these are the roads that are being accepted. Okay, Article 35 on page 27. To see if the town will raise and appropriate or transfer from available funds a sum or sums of money for the prevention and remediation of opioid addiction, said funds to be under the jurisdiction of the Board of Selectmen, or take any other action thereon or in relation thereto. I believe this is tied to the legal settlement that was initiated by the Attorney General, right, Charlie?
Yes.
Okay. And we voted on this last year at town meeting.
And what happens is that starting in July, we did vote to create a stabilization fund, but it only can be effective on July 1st. Any money that we get before July 1st, if we don't appropriate for this particular purpose, it goes into free cash for next year, but then we'd have to take it out, because under the settlement, all the opioid money we get has to go to that, not go to anything else.
Okay.
So the idea is that anybody, the money that we've got in between November and now is that amount, and that's the amount that would go into the opioid fund.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept.
I second the motion.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And that is everything in the warrants for this year. So we've made our recommendations. We've approved the budget, we've approved capital, we've approved the reserve transfer. Jessica, I see, you're just, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you didn't have
I'm a new
anything.
director,
No, we
figured
appreciate
I
that
should-
when we have somebody actually attend, so thank you. Okay, any other questions, discussion?
Or, so what does bonded mean?
It means that we go, we borrow. Yeah, so it's just,
The money's still gonna be there, but how we pay for it will be, it's the difference of paying cash and getting a mortgage.
right. No matter what, your roof's getting done. That's the good thing.
I'm sure you're all sick of hearing me talk about it.
No, it's a beautiful building, it needs to be preserved. So, thanks, I think the committee's done a great job, this year. We had a, difficult, order in front of us, and everyone, I appreciate everyone's efforts. The town appreciates it, we'll see everyone Monday at the extended town meeting. Any other questions, thoughts?
Back to the library, I'm a little, like with the, all right, so the roof is the roof, and then we've got the flooring, and we've got the waterproof and ceiling. And I'm kind of confused if both of those were 40,000, or one's 40,000 and one's 26?
It was 40.
Yes, there were two, I
Okay.
think there were two requests, one for 40 or
And
41, and one for
26,
26,
okay.
yes.
All right,
That's
that's, I
how-
mean, Brian handles the money.
Yeah.
I just give the tours of the library.
Because-
If you want to see any of this, you're always, just call me.
No, because
Okay.
I know this simply because
Okay.
those are the requests that we made to our legislative delegation, and they were
Okay.
separated out. So there are two different requests for two different
Thanks.
pieces of work.
Okay, all right, great.
Actually, before, did we have to approve minutes, Karen? From the last meeting?
I think she emailed them out.
She did email them out, yeah. The last time, the 15th, okay. So, Our last piece of business will be to, yes, I'll take a motion to approve the meeting minutes from Monday, May 15th.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Motion by Dave,
I'll second the motion.
second by Lisa. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second your motion
There you
to
go.
adjourn.
Motion by Dave, second by Lisa. Any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.